Hi, I'm Gina, and I am a creative director and an entrepreneur. I used to be somebody that just was plagued by anxiety, like plagued by anxiety all the time. And I think learning how to sort through some of the mental gymnastics that your mind takes you through to kind of get you to areas that like you should never be in the first place, and kind of pulling yourself out of that has been hugely helpful for me. um it through that I was able to find the clarity to kind of move forward in a lot of other aspects of my life. I met Neff through my sister in 2019 because they're both in the same Burning Man camp. And I actually started working with him at the end of 2020 when I figured out that I was an HSP. I was kind of living in a world of like perpetual chaos, emotional chaos, actual like physical chaos. And it was really hard for me to kind of like slow down and actually find center. So yeah, super chaotic. Didn't have a job, was living at home. It was the pandemic. So it was just a mess. Everything was a mess. And I think when we started working together, he helped me kind of like make sense of all of it, and help me learn how to goal set. Really, like that was the biggest thing, I think, was learning to goal set. He helped me create structure, and he taught me certain skill sets that I now use every day to kind of create and design my own like perfect little life. And it's just been kind of phenomenal because it's allowed a lot of self growth, and it's allowed me to kind of go deep into places that I'd never really been able to go deep into before, which has opened me up to just insane amounts of transformation. When I first started working with him, it was definitely covering more of my like emotional needs, just because I was depressed and I needed to pull myself out of it. But once I kind of pulled through the depression and kind of started to see what my life could be, especially as somebody who had just moved back to the Bay Area after 10 years and didn't have a network and didn't have friends here. All I had was family. It was really hard to kind of like have a bigger picture and to see what things could be, and he helped with that. And now, I'm building out a business. I am working towards having my own branding agency, and he's helping me kind of through that process. Anytime I would bring ideas back to him, it would just be like, oh my God, that's amazing. Let's do it. Um, so there was never really room for doubt. There was never really room for, I don't know, just like getting in your head about things. It was just kind of like, no, we're going to make this happen. And that's kind of the way that I am as a person as well. I'm not the same person I was a year ago. And not the same person in a very dramatic way, in a way that my family talks about, in a way that my friends talk about. I mean, it's night and day, the person that I am now versus who I was then. I was so scared last year. I was constantly in fight or flight. I was constantly triggered. I was constantly unable to express how I felt because there was so much happening in my mind that it was overwhelming. And I feel like now I'm able to center myself. I'm able to really communicate when things bother me, and not in a way that's overly aggressive or meek, because it would run the spectrum either way, where it was either like I would get angry and I would snap, or I wouldn't say anything loud enough so nobody knew that it was an issue. So yeah, I think that I have newfound confidence. I have new communication skills. I have a new business. I have income that I didn't think I would be getting for at least another couple years. I am building community. I am doing new things and making sure to keep myself in like the right level of stimulation. I moved out of my mom's house. I'm living in my own house. I really am like living my dreams right now.